Hey, this is Alex at Geaux Radio, and we're here live interviewing Mr. Cris Cab himself. So, Chris, one of the big questions I wanted to ask you, since you're out here in Cambridge, here to promote your Rise EP on iTunes, available right now. What I wanted to ask you was, how did you first run into Pharrell? Like, Pharrell when you were like 14, because it seems like one of those once-a-lifetime opportunities where you get to meet someone as iconic as him. Like, tell me about that experience.
Well, I met Pharrell when I was 14. I actually met him through a friend of a friend of a friend. It was like one of those stories.
Oh.
Yeah, and my father doesn't make music. No one of my family really makes music, so they really wanted to make sure I had the talent and everything. So they said, the number one, test is to send them over to meet Pharrell. So I was introduced with Pharrell, and he gave me a bunch of advice, and he really liked my music, and he told me you're raw, but you still need, you got a lot of things to work on. So he told me work on X, Y, and Z, and so basically I came back a year later, and he was like blown away because I had really taken his advice to heart, and started mentoring me ever since then, and still like a big brother to me. So it's pretty cool, and I'm fortunate and blessed. So.
Now, what I also wanted to ask you about was also your songwriting process in general, because I wanted to ask, because what I noticed in reggae is you could probably hear maybe the same chord progressions similar times, but what I really wanted to ask was, what type of chord progressions do you like using? Like, are you one of those 1-4-5, 1 minor 6-5-4? Are you into more like complex ones, like sevenths, like 7 chord progressions or anything like that?
One thing that I do love, I love the 7 chord progression. Me and Pharrell are into 7s a lot, and even Pharrell, he loves the 7, even the 9 chords and shit. So yeah,
that is just incredible. I'm like, see, that's what I wanted to ask, because I'm really into like the 7th and 9th chords, and it just always interests me, especially. What are you listening to right now on your iPod that you just really like a lot? Like, what are your favorite right now?
I listen to so much music. I definitely listen to a lot more old music than newer music. But I always listen to Dave Matthews, listen to Lenny Kravitz a lot, listen to a lot of Marvin Gaye. I really love his vocal melodies, and of course I listen to Bob Marley. That's my number one inspiration. People like Bob Marley. Well, he's my number one, but I also like Peter Tosh, and so many. I love all the Marleys and Bougie Benson.
So, I've heard a story that when you were 6, you did a talent show, and you wanted to try to best a person at guitar. So you tried to learn the James Bond theme song, which is kind of like your first thing into music. What I wanted to try to find out, this is something I want everyone to know, everyone here at Gag Order, everyone that's watching this. Did you win that talent show when you were 6 years old?
There actually wasn't any talent show at all, but that was just James Bond theme song. Was the first song I ever learned how to play. Stories travel, so stuff like a talent show got in. I bet Kurt Cobain was there, hanging out. I don't know, Tupac was there in this story. No, stories grow, but I didn't really do any. I don't think I've ever been in a talent show. But the James Bond theme song was the first song I ever had.
Because I'm sure a lot of people are gonna want to know, where can people find such amazing music like yours?
You guys can check me out on Facebook, Cris Cab, or check me out on Twitter at Cris Cab as well. If not, go to my website, CrisCab.com. You guys can download everything there, and that's pretty much it.
And just one final thing I just wanted to ask. Since this is I know the song isn't part of the Rise EP, but I have to ask, has Rihanna heard Rihanna's Gun yet?
Oh, she actually has. She posted it on her Facebook when it first came out, so that was pretty cool.
Wait, really? Like, she actually liked that?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I wasn't sure, because I wasn't sure if she ever heard it, so I just wanted to ask. But
yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So I'm Alex,
Pleasure, man. Thank you, Alex.
And this is Cris Cab, and for Geaux Radio, we out.